January the 16th, 6:48, about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Wind out of the north, and it's cold, boys and girls. Watching the TV this morning? Chicago. How'd you like to have one of them shit bucket EVs up in there? There's problems in Canada with those things too. Yeah. Some people are getting the wake-up call with that shit. You know what I noticed too? A lot of the video that I see with these EV charging stations. You know, the so-called public charging stations. They don't seem to be covered. So what happens if you remember that old ice storm Atlanta got back in the 70s? For some of you older folks, they got a killer ice storm back in the 70s, boys. So if you get an ice storm and you got these EV stations uncovered, you're going to have these charging ports with ice all over them. You know, these receptacles that you got to plug into your car. I done seen some video where people are having trouble getting them things to lock in on these cars to connect. You know? And you know, when you live in an apartment, or maybe you're a college student, or maybe you're even a factory worker, you know, you don't have a charging station necessarily at your disposal like you do if you own your own home. So you would have to depend on public charging. Well, go look what happened in Chicago. People having to sit and wait for others to charge their vehicles. And the people that were able to get their cars connected, all those connected, you know, there's a long wait time to get that battery warmed up. You got to waste a lot of power just to get the battery warmed up before it even accept a charge. You know, when it's that cold, there's more things you should be worried about than having to watch the range you've got on your automobile and then have to find a charging station, hope it works. Then you got to get in the line and wait. And then when you get it charged up, how long can you go? You know, we got a rural mail carrier around here. She's got a pretty long route in rural Tennessee. She couldn't run an EV and deliver the mail. Now, she drives her own POV and she's paid per mile by the government. So what is somebody like her supposed to do? She can't, in this weather right here, there is no way she could, I don't even believe she could get the range to run her EV if she had one of them to deliver the mail on one charge in nice weather. In this weather right here, I know damn good and well she couldn't do it. So what is she supposed to do? So this would make her day longer, wouldn't it? Yeah, there's a lot of rural mail carriers in the United States that use their own vehicles. So if we went EV, what are they gonna do? And what about these state highway workers? They have to park these vehicles a lot of times on construction sites with lights are blinking, flashing for safety reasons. Can you imagine a state truck on a day like today having to be parked, working on a road or doing some kind of construction or whatever? Well, they couldn't leave the heat on in that truck and the lights are flashing for hours on end like they can a gas or a diesel. So you got things in our society where EV is very impractical, even with good weather, much less weather like you're seeing right here. You know, and we still ain't seen that damn presidential limousine EV, have we? Yeah, everybody's starting to wake up with this shit. And you know what's so fascinating, you know, Tesla, you know, headquartered in California. Well, you know, you get out there in Western California, it never gets exceedingly cold, does it? Oh yeah, them people out there, they might could live with these. But what about Canada? What about Chicago? What about Montana, Buffalo, New York, Detroit, Maine? What about them states? You know, cold weather happens quite often up there, you know. It's just it's a nuisance vehicle to own. It always will be. As far as using the batteries they're using. Well, the wind ain't blowing too bad out here right now, but it's been a blowing. About 10 degrees. We wound up with about 6 inches of snow here. We got some more last night, not much though. Yeah, you better think twice before you buy the old EV automobile. That's all I can tell you. I don't believe these salesmen, and I don't believe everybody's being honest about these. You know, I mean, when you go look at one of these cars, you ever notice you get to see an EPA city highway fuel mileage in the window, don't you? That's mandated by our very own government. But what you probably don't get to see when you go look at an EV is like, oh, well, when the temperature gets down to 10 degrees or 0 or minus 15, oh, the range on this battery in this car is only 110 miles or some shit. You know? Or how does it work with heat on or heat off or air conditioning on or air conditioning off, heated seats on, heated seats off? See, there's no rating on these. Our federal government they haven't mandated, you know, any information on the stickers of these vehicles, it don't seem like, you know, so the buying public is in the blind. And just think about this. Wonder if we didn't have the internet, a lot of this shit on these vehicles wouldn't even be exposed, would it? Yeah. There's a gentleman got a good YouTube channel out of Australia. I believe he's an engineer. He's got a good channel. I don't know what the name of it is, but he's sharing some of these horror stories via news clips. You can watch this up in Chicago. It was just released not that long ago. Horror stories pushing EVs around in sub-zero weather. This is the year 2024. Hell, a damn horse would take you somewhere in the cold weather. All you had to do is give him a little feed. EV, though, it don't seem like it wants to cooperate too well. Well, anyway, I hope everybody has a nice day.